Welcome to Growth Hack by Poppy Digital. Tips and tricks to master the algorithms from industry insiders. Now here's your host, Julian Espinoza.
Welcome back to Growth Hack, where we break down marketing channels like Google, Facebook, Instagram, and show them how to make them work for you. Today's episode is long overdue. We're going to talk about TikTok. Yes, that Gen Z app that is taking over. We had the lucky opportunity to interview Daniela, who was employee number 23 at Musical.ly before it even became TikTok. She tells us why TikTok, why now, and how to get started. Let's get into this episode. Welcome, Daniela.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Really excited to talk about TikTok today.
I am too.
Great. Well, I like to get right into it. So can you tell the audience who you are and your experience with TikTok?
I started working at TikTok in 2017 when it was only called Musical.ly. Musical.ly was this platform that everyone knew that existed, but it wasn't like so popular at the time. And now it became TikTok, the number one platform in the world.
It's crazy. So how long ago did it go from Musical.ly to TikTok?
So I believe they rebrand in 2018. So I started working there, and then after a year and a half, I believe they got acquired by this huge company that is called ByteDance.
So talk to me, what was your role like at Musical.ly and TikTok and how that evolved?
Sure. So in 2017, the Latin American team was starting by the time. So everyone else was focusing only in the US. So I started working in there as a community partner manager, focusing a little bit in everything, not only in the creator, but also in the content that was about to be on the platform, the operations, a little bit of everything. Because when you work in a startup, you kind of do a different task when you are so, not that so many people working in there.
Right. Awesome. You're one of the day ones over there at Musical.ly, and it turned into this huge phenomenon. And actually that leads us to our first major question is, why should people and why businesses should be paying attention to TikTok? And if they aren't already on TikTok, why should they get on there?
I think there are many reasons, right? The first one is because everyone is on TikTok now. Everyone downloading the app and everyone is discovering content. If you notice at the beginning, you wanted to focus your brand strategy into the Instagram or in Twitter, but everyone else is moving to another platform. You also need to learn what other people are doing in this platform.
Let's take an example. Back in 2007, 2008, Facebook was just really taking off, right? Back in 2008. And back then, 18-year-olds who could create Facebook accounts were 18. But guess what? Today, those 18-year-olds are 30-year-olds. And what are those 30-year-olds doing? They're buying homes. They're buying life insurance policies. So it makes sense that you need to invest in today's new platform because you just don't know where it's going to go. It can become the next Facebook, right? And it's this next thing. So that's a really interesting point. But I think I've looked at some studies and some data. There is all generations on TikTok. It's not just Gen Z and it's not just millennials. It's Gen X, it's boomers, right? And so we're seeing that. So I know you're not at TikTok, which is, by the way, this is actually good that you're no longer work at TikTok because you're not incentivized for the company unless you hold stock or something. You're not incentivized to make sure TikTok does better. You're here to talk more so unbiased opinion, right? You're an unbiased opinion because you no longer work there. So I think this is great. Do you have any data that you can remember about how many active users and sort of demographic growth or anything like that?
No, I don't share data because I don't have it. And
Sure.
I think it's like private for the company, but I can tell you that what you said is true. Like, right, like when we were Musical.ly, there were a lot of like young users that are now not young anymore. They're getting into the 20s and the 21s. I don't know, but like they're growing. So I think it's just so important to understand that maybe right now it's not for you, but you never know what is going to happen with that platform because you never know what is the next Facebook, when is the next TikTok, when is the next Twitter.
And then by the time you try to join, when it is like the next thing, it's already too late, right? And then you're too late to the game.
Well, and exactly that's what I experienced when I was working there. So one of my jobs at the time was to reach out to creators and to kind of pitch the platform, right? To tell them like, oh, what to do on TikTok and how to grow. And a lot of the responses that I got from many creators was like, oh no, thank you. I already have my followers in here. I already have my community on any in this platform, so I'm not interested in trying another one. But after 2 years, they came back to me for feedback and best practices and Danny, how can I grow my community on TikTok? I don't know what to do. But it was a little bit too late for them because they could have grow the community like super fast when there wasn't that many people trying to grow on the platform. So it's never too late to join the platform, but by the time it was just so easy to grow, it's easier than it is right now.
And, it's tough for businesses, right? Because a business is busy running their business, let alone the marketing side of their business and all the things that you could be doing. And so I think what I like to talk about is the bell curve, right? And I think we're at the top of the bell curve right now, because I know that you don't talk about numbers, but I did look at some numbers from credible resources, and there's 800 million active TikTok users on the platform every day. Like, that's a lot of people. So we're at the top of the bell curve. Everyone's coming to the platform, and it's cross-generational. It's not just Gen Z and millennials, right? It's across all these generations. And then again, to the bigger point, which is in 5 years, they may be your customers. In 10 years, they may be the decision makers that make a decision if they move forward with the service, the product, or whatever. So that is something to point out as well. So now that hopefully maybe we've convinced someone that is listening to this that is not on TikTok, let's get into like, how do you get started on TikTok? And like, as a business, where do you even begin?
So that's a good question, because when you open the app and you see that many people being active, you kind of get lost. You don't know what to do.
It's very overwhelming.
Yeah. At the beginning it is. I experienced that at the beginning, but I think before trying to understand what to do, first spend time on the platform. Like, check your For You page. Like, what are you getting? Like, what is the type of content that you personally are enjoying? Like, what is the type of content that the platform is recommending you? And what is getting viral on the platform? After you understand what the community is doing, what they're talking, you're going to start talking their language. So if you understand what they're doing, it's going to be so much easier for you to know what to do. Try to focus in one specific type of category. So if you sell, I don't know, clothes, like what is the type of clothes that you're gonna be posting? Like, what is the one that you're gonna be focusing? Like, should you be doing like exercise videos? So it should be more like educational content. That I always recommend to do educational content, because everyone likes learning something in 15 seconds. And another thing that I recommend is to try to post videos between 11 to 15 seconds, because right now the attention span of people is just so short that they don't have time to spend 3 minutes in a video, so on TikTok. So if you provide like a good beginning, a middle, and surprise ending on your videos, then you're gonna have a good engagement, because people are gonna be watching the whole full video until the end. And if you have a good engagement, the algorithm is gonna start recommending your video to other people that might like the content that you're posting. So that's the way that you grow on TikTok. And something that I say is that don't focus that much on how many followers I have today, because if you post a really good video and it gets viral, it could get like 5 million video views, then your followers are going to start growing. But focus on content and quality, and try to not see how many followers you have, but like how your videos are performing. Are your videos getting engagement? Are people like commenting, sharing the content that you are posting? You should focus on those first, because that is going to tell you like what is the type of content that works for you, because maybe the content that worked for me is not the ideal for you or for your brand. So you have to understand that first.
And I think the big thing that you start off with is what you mentioned was culture, right? What is the culture on TikTok? What is it like? How do people talk to each other? How do you engage on TikTok? What kind of content's being posted, right? And so I think that's really, really important, hitting that culture mark. And so after you hit the culture mark, you can start working on figuring out how you can create content that's relevant onto your business. Now, you mentioned something about creating educational content. Can you go a little bit deeper into like, how do you educate people on TikTok on an app like this?
Yeah, so I think the educational content just exploded the last year. I noticed that people really love to learn something new. So if it would what any type of content that you are creating, doesn't matter if it's fashion, sport content, or animal content, I don't know, like try to teach something and give something to the community. I think the giving part is what matters and what people really appreciate. So if you did tell me something that I didn't know, for example, people are sharing like how to buy a house or how to get into stock market, those tips that you are giving, people are going to react to those, and it's going to save your video, it's going to share it to their friends for them to learn as well. That happened to me all the time. When I'm on TikTok, I learned something new, like in every single video. Is incredible. So I not only like the video, but I follow this person because I want to get more of those.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So the people that you're following, right, and these creators on this platform, they're still considered influencers, right?
So I will call them creators. Yeah, because I think everyone is influencer, like somehow, but
Sure.
everyone is also creative. If I say that I like this product and I recommend it, maybe someone is gonna listen to me and is gonna buy it, right? So I influence the action of these people. But if I create a video that can reflect kind of the same idea, but in a different way, I'm a creator because I'm not just selling the product. I'm giving you entertainment at the same time. So that's why educational content and also adding a little bit of like information about the product and why maybe they should buy it and what are the benefits, I think is the key for brands.
How do you work with a creator like that? Do you tell them what you want? Do you tell them exactly how to build the creative and like what brand story to tell? How do you work with a creator?
That's a really, really good question because most of the brands commit the mistake of telling the creators what to do. Sometimes they obviously want to be seen as a brand and have the brand logo and everything that is already discussed before. But I think what is important in here is if you with your brand leave the creators creativity to just like
The creator.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, leave the creator be a creator. So I think that is gonna help you a lot to understand like what is gonna help you with your brand.
So what you're saying is the creator knows their audience. The creator knows what people like. The creator's probably been creating a lot of videos for a long period of time and tested a lot of different types of videos. And the net result is that these creators know what kind of content works. And what I think you're saying is that if the brand tries to influence the creative too much, it's not going to look genuine and it's going to look salesy. And then that content won't perform.
Yeah, it's not gonna look original or new or fresh, and that is what people are looking for in the For You page, to see something new. Because if they wanna go and see an advertisement, they're gonna get bored, right? And they're not gonna watch the video until the end. So leave the creator, be a creator, and just it will be nice to discuss like what is gonna work for you
Right.
with that person.
So let's say I'm out now on TikTok. I've understood the culture. I started creating some content. I started engaging with some creators. What are the numbers like a brand should be paying attention to? And what should you know? What should you look at to know that you are performing well on TikTok?
So I think one of the most important numbers in the platform is the video views, the engagement, the comments, and the number of shares. So I will look at that to see if that person is actually someone who the users are going back and watching all of the videos, and the creator is not only has only one video that went viral one day, and after that nothing really happened, because that's possible too. There are creators that have one video that went viral, but that was the only one. You want to work with creators that they have a good number of video views and kind of like the same numbers in all of the videos for consistency, so you know that this amount of people is gonna see your product. But as I mentioned to you, maybe you're working with someone that is not like the biggest one, but that video that he posted with your brand went viral. So like I think a lot of brands are kind of like understanding the power of TikTok now.
Yeah, and I haven't had the opportunity to spend a ton of time on TikTok just because I've been trying to grow on the other platforms. But I think it wouldn't, as a growth hacker, if I wasn't paying attention to TikTok and starting to have my brands that I work with have a presence on TikTok, I think I wouldn't be doing a good job. So thank you for sharing that. Is there any final tips on what a business can be doing on TikTok? Anything that maybe we haven't covered that would be important to know before getting started, or when you get started, or how to grow?
So it's never too late to start on TikTok or any other platform. I think there's not like a secret how to grow on TikTok. There's people that is successful in the platform, but there are others that they don't actually fit with it. I would recommend then to hire a social media a person who understands the platform. So if you have the budget, then you can hire someone who might understand more the platform than you. Maybe that is gonna help you and get to that point faster. If you want to grow in other platforms, as you mentioned, I also recommend you to get into TikTok and try to find a way to get one of your viral videos going, because when you grow on TikTok, you also grow in other platforms. So imagine that you have a video with 5 million video views. Everyone is gonna ask like, who is this guy? Like when I wanna follow him in other places. He's giving like really cool tips like how to find jobs or something like that. So then I'm gonna go and click your profile that should be linked in your TikTok profile for Instagram or YouTube, and then these people will also follow you in the other social media.
That's a huge pro tip. I call those the pro tips. Like, once you're on this platform and you grow on it, it also fuels your other platforms. So that's absolutely wonderful. Well, Daniela, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We're really happy, honored to even have you here. We look forward to bringing you back and talking more about TikTok.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and all the best.
All right. Bye.